Which rectangle looks near and which looks far? I think B looks far and A looks near because A is overlapping B. It's coming in front of it a little bit. We're going to make these cat pictures that show overlap today. You don't have to do a cat. You could do something else. But if you want to do a cat, there is directions right here for you to use. Now, again, I want to stress this. You do not have to do cats. You could do something else. But I am going to follow those directions and draw my first two cats in the front of this picture. Right now I'm using a pencil so I can clean up mistakes, because you might make some in this. I am following the steps, but there's no reason you have to. And I'm going to make my two first cats in the foreground right here, up front. After I'm done with the first couple cats, 2-3 cats in the front, I'm going to make some cats behind them. And I'm going to start doing the same way. I'm going to follow those directions for the cat head. But when I'm done with that, I am going to make the rest of their bodies going behind the first two cats. So the first two cats overlap the second two cats. Make sure you still have the cat bodies. We don't want any floating heads. I should be able to know that the cat's whole body is behind the overlapping cats. Now, to the left of my page, I do have a cat whose ear goes right off the page. That's fine. It'll make it look like it's more full. It'll make it look like there's maybe even more cats. So that's fine. But after I'm done with my second row of cats, I'm going to make another row of cats. Maybe you could make them a little bit smaller because they're a little bit farther away. But again, I'm going to continue the same way. I'm going to have the cats in front overlapping those cats, so it looks like they are behind the other cats. Now again, we should have no floating heads. It should look like each cat is attached to its own cat body. Just we can't see all of that cat body because it's overlapped by the cats in front of it. That means they should have some kind of neck or some kind of body under the heads. Continue this up the page. Keep making rows of cats or whatever you're doing until you've completely filled the page. Remember, each cat should look like it has a body, just kind of tucked behind the cats in front of them. It's important. No floating heads. Once you have all your cats drawn in pencil, go over them with something. If you want to use crayons and watercolors, that's fine. I'm going to use Sharpies right now because I might use some watercolors later, but I want to do some markers first. If you want to color the whole thing with markers, that's fine. If you want to use colored pencils, that's fine too. You use the media you want, but first I might kind of darken up the lines just so I can see where each individual cat is. We are going to color these, so we will make them each a little bit different that way. Again, we can talk about unity and variety again. We've talked about unity, variety before. Unity is how things are the same, and variety is how things are different. So maybe this will have good unity because they're all cats and all kind of the same shapes, but we should have some variety too. We can make each one a little bit different, give each cat a little bit of personality too. Now we are going to color these now. Again, use any kind of art supply you have to color them. I'm fine with that. I am using the Sharpies because I know I can use watercolors over Sharpies and it won't mess up the lines. You can also do that with crayons. If you use normal markers, you can't use watercolors because the lines will bleed, but that's okay. If you want to use normal markers, just go for it. These pictures look great with just normal markers too. Now, cats always have different lines or spots or different patterns going through them. You could do that kind of stuff. You can make each one a little bit different. It is okay to use colors that cats normally aren't. I know we don't normally have lavender cats, but I've got some in mine. That's okay. Each cat should look a little bit different. I'm even going to make one with sunglasses on. Here's a punk rock one with a mohawk too right next to it. So you can give your cats different personalities, whatever you want to put on them. You want to give them clothes, you want to give them, eye patches. I don't care. You could get creative with it. Make each of yours a little bit different. Keep going till you have the whole thing colored. If I'm coloring a head, one color or giving a head some kind of pattern for the cats, make sure you're doing the same thing for the body too, because again, we don't want floating heads. So like down on the bottom right, I have a brown cat with stripes, and it's overlapped with the cat in the front, but I'm still doing that brown stripe pattern on the rest of the cat too, because that is important. Keep going until you're happy with what you've got, and I can't wait to see these. I really hope you like it, and I will talk to everyone soon.